It's another interesting episode of Labor Lens where we bring to you update information in the world of work and pay. I am Sharon Ijason. On this week's episode of the program, we will continue our special focus on the plight of pensioners who worked with the Nigerian Security, Printing and Minting Corporation. But first, let's take the news. We will be right back.
Business activities at the office of the News Agency of Nigeria (NAN) in Abuja was temporarily disrupted as staff of the organization embarked on a peaceful protest to appeal to the government to look into staff welfare, better remuneration and improved conditions of service to commensurate with the enormous amount of work they put in at the agency.
Nigerian government owe a duty to do whatever they can do to bring sanity to News Agency of Nigeria. Yes. It is not against the it is against the wish of Nigerian workers to be on the streets, because we are organized people, we are from organized background, but when it warrants, we can come out to salvage our place of work. Anonuga is not helping matters at News Agency of Nigeria. And I believe we have done enough, we have tolerated enough, and we have beared enough. So we are calling on the federal government, especially the Minister of Information and Culture, to do the needful.
Those who protested carried placards with different inscriptions indicting the management of the agency and are determined to make sure that demands are met. They accused the management of the news agency of non-payment of promotion arrears for 2012 and 2017 and deplorable conditions of service, as the one is used is over 16 years old and the content is obsolete.
NAN is computing our allowances wrongly. Our allowances are not computed correctly and we are underpaid, and they said we should not complain. Complain every day. There's no money for this, there's no money for that. Our sanitary conditions are bad. Our office, there's no working tools. Our office conditions are bad. There's nothing that we can use in NAN. On a desk of like 8 computers, you have one working. Yet, we cannot work well. Yet, they want us to draw blood before we can work.
Your managing director is a type that does not care about staff welfare. Yes. And we have waited to see how you come together, the 3 unions, and take decision on what to do. Because your destiny is in your hands. Yes. And if you don't come out to cry out, nobody will listen to you. You risk your life to go about to get everything to launder the image of this country. But you come back here and nobody is looking at you as people. So you as a people, it bestows on you now to stand up and fight that, to ensure that you have a befitting condition of service that will also serve you well.
A 7-day notice had earlier been sent to relevant authorities with no response, and this prompted the commencement of the 3-day warning strike. They threatened to embark on a further 21-day strike if their demands are not met. Security operatives were on hand to ensure peace and order in the environment.
The plight of pensioners in Nigeria, especially retired workers of the Nigerian Security, Printing and Minting Corporation, according to many, has become worrisome, as senior citizens who once worked for the company are not well taken care of by the government.
For 26 years, we are in court, no justice.
After the story of the agony of Mint pensioners was aired on TVC News, there has been some development, as the Nigerian Security, Printing and Minting Corporation requested that its ex-workers should appear in Lagos or Abuja for a verification exercise. According to the pensioners, this is unusual because they get verified every 4 years and not yearly.
We did verification last year. And to my surprise, they asked us to come for verification today.
In an interview, some of the pensioners complained that the cost of transportation to get to the office for the verification exercise is high, as most of them who don't live in Lagos spend more than 10,000 naira on transportation, only for them to receive 1,000 naira as monthly pension, which is about $3.
Somebody on scale 8, step 11 or 12, they are paying me 1,000 every month. Should I go from come from Ondo State to meet here to collect 1,000?
The verification exercise is very poor because we fall from far distance. As we come from far distance, now we pay money come. They support collect this thing with a check where they will give us, like a 20 to 30,000 to enable us to pay our transport go from data to this place now 3,000. They're going back now it's 4,000. Why is this so? Is it good for us to print money for this country that we begin beg money to eat in this country? It's not good. It's not fair. Since 1995, 1,437 kobo into our account as a salary. It's unfair.
A shameful thing because for someone to pay 8,500 naira, coming then while I'm going by, I will pay 9,000 naira just for the purpose of verification for a token fee of nothing to write about pension. I mean, it's a shameful thing.
At a point, the security men in the premises where the verification exercise took place told me to stop recording. Some could not hide their anger, but were still grateful to TVC News for following up the plight of ex-workers of the Nigerian Security Printing and Minting Company.
I would like to thank the management of TVC, because for 27 years nothing has happened. But there's light. You have seen light in the tunnel for those things that you people did. Because whoever saw it will know that something is going on. Before, we never knew we should come this way.
Akonjimu Dashiru Bolanle is one of the retirees of the company. He says he was on annual leave when he was forcefully retired in 1991 after putting in more than 22 years of service. He released a statement of account from First Bank which clearly shows he receives 1,088 naira 64 kobo as pension. He tells me some of his ex-colleagues could not be verified because of the short notice, old age, and for others, lack of resources.
See, for 27 years that we are receiving 1,000 in a month. No increments, nothing whatsoever. For good 27 years. If not because of Almighty Allah that are helping most of our people, most of them have already died. At least last week alone, we have like 4 or 5. And because of sufferness. I think you see that my friend that you come, I'm already blind. The other one, because nothing happened to him before all the leg can be broken. Now, since then that we are earning this 1,000 for Nigeria, I'm sorry. It's just a pity. It's not a company that somebody have his Nigeria own, have this one. Where they print money, do this and that. Because as I'm working as security documents for many years, if you see most of our staff safe, as they are using like 6 years, 10 years in military. They join us during the time of Fedeco. They use up to 12 years. They say they never pay them. They say they are not pensioner, which is very wrong. We want Nigeria to see to this one, even though to the president to know about this thing that is going on in this Nigeria. Are we not a citizen? Are we not a citizen of Nigeria? We are citizens. And we are continuing to suffer ourselves. All our children safe. There are so many people that their husband died, nothing to feed their children.
It is only myself, Aderibigbe.
Matthew Okolo, an ex-soldier who fought actively during the Civil War in 1969, was redeployed to the Nigerian Security Printing and Minting Company in 1978. He was subsequently affected by the retrenchment exercise that took place at the company. For someone who put his life on the line for his fatherland during the Civil War, it's hard to take. Despite having spent 10 years in the army and 12 years at the Nigerian Security Printing and Minting Company, Matthew Okolo did not get any payoff and does not receive monthly pensions. He wants his grievances addressed, as many of his colleagues are now deceased.
I've gone through some very difficult period of my life, but I thank God that He keeps me going. I've lost all my colleagues. So that's I'm talking to you. The only person I know is living now is Adelibigbe and Oladapo. I don't know of Abbas. I've lost contact with him for a very long time. Those are people that came with me at 12. I went to Army Pension Office in 2016. They said we should come and document ourselves maybe for pension. I did it. These are the documents here. Now, that to no avail. After all that, there's nothing. Army has not done anything. Nothing has come from the army. Nothing has come from it.
For many of the Mint pensioners receiving less than 10% of the national minimum wage as monthly pension, it has been a story of hardship, sickness, and loss of loved ones. They hope that with this verification exercise, their prayers and those of other ex-Mint pensioners who exited the company between 1991 and 2005 will be heard. They also want the Ministry of Finance, Central Bank of Nigeria, and the federal government to intervene promptly and put smiles on their faces while they are still alive.
Just make them answer us in time, because we are still bleeding. We never die. Make them answer us in time so we can eat the sweat of our labor.
I want the government to pressurize the mint, because there's no way in the country where an ex or a pensioner received anything less than 50,000 naira as pension. But in the mint, people collect 800 naira, 1,000 naira. So the government should pressurize the mint to review upward the pension amount for the pensioners.